one might call a reading slump. And I've tried to start videos to get myself out of this reading slump, but I haven't been able to stick to it. But I'm gonna try a new one today, so hopefully this one works out. I want to do 7 books in 7 days. Do I really have the time for this? Not particularly, but audiobooks are my friends, and I have so many books that I'm in the middle of that I need to finish, or not even in the middle of, a quarter of the way through that I need to finish, and I have so many that I was just looking through my library and I was like, this is on my TBR, this is on my TBR, like physical TBR. So I was kind of getting excited about putting stuff on hold and actually reading it, as well as ones that aren't on my physical TBR. So I feel like that little bit of excitement to actually listen to a book, I need to jump on it and I need to attack it. So we are going to do that today. I actually don't know which one I'm going to start with. I put a couple books on, I found 1 or 2 books on Skip the Line. I also think I'm gonna cancel Everand. I switched my account over and I do fear and I do feel like it was an awful decision, and kind of like I'm barely getting any books anymore for $13 Canadian. So I have The Love Hypothesis on hold from Skip the Line, and then Kill Your Darlings by Peter Swanson just on hold that I've been waiting for. And then there's some that I have access to that don't have a line or whatever. Through Everand, I have to finish Binding 13. I got access to this, The Echo Man by Sam Holland. I already had. Here's the thing, I had a bunch saved and like downloaded, and it only gave me this one and Binding 13 as previously unlocked or whatever, which wasn't true, so that's also why I'm mad at Everand. But I have this one, which is a chunker. So, well, actually, it's only just over 400 pages, but or just about 450. Looks way bigger than that. So I have that one on Everand, and then I have one unlock thing that I can do. I have all of Throne of Glass on audios. I started listening to this. I'm on Crown of Midnight. I started listening to it. I'm a bit into Regretting You. I'm on page 65. I want to watch the movie. I know the controversy of it all, but I already had this book and I do want to see the movie. I do like a lot of the actors in it. Don't know if it's good, book or movie, but we shall see. I'm going to start with one of the ones I have from my library. So The Love Hypothesis or Kill Your Darlings. I'm going to let myself think about it as I get there, what I'm more in the mood for. Do I want a romance or do I want a thriller? I do have The Love Hypothesis on my TBR. I don't know if I'm gonna love this one. I got it around when everyone was loving it and I never picked it up. I don't know, like, I don't really care about science. I don't care about Star Wars. Sorry. Kylo Ren, whatever, that fanfic is what it is. I don't care. Don't really particularly find Adam Driver attractive, which I know is who the actor is for this. But I'm open to it. I am open to it. I'm nervous, so I haven't read it. 3rd year PhD candidate. She is convincing her friend that she's dating, and then her friend wants proof. So she panics and kisses the first man she sees, which is Adam, who is a hotshot professor and not great a guy. I can't remember who I saw read Kill Your Darlings. Oh, it was Steph. It was Steph from Steph's Loves. It's about a married couple, and I think it's told like in an interesting way where it's like what happens next has everything to do with what happened before. The story of Wendy and Tom's marriage is told in reverse, moving backward through time to witness key moments from the couple's lives. Their 50th birthday party, buying their home, Jason's birth, the mysterious death of a work colleague, all painting a portrait of a marriage defined by a single terrible act they plotted together many years ago. All's well except that Wendy wants to murder her husband. So, I know Steph had mixed feelings about it. I have mixed feelings about Peter Swanson's books normally, so I'm not really surprised by that. I don't know what I'm leaning towards. Like, I really don't know if I want the romance or the mystery. So I'm gonna let myself pick once I get to work. Maybe I'll start each of them and kind of feel the vibe. I just feel like at this point I've let myself not read a lot and it's not working to get myself out of the slump. So now we're gonna try and force myself to read and get myself out of the slump that way. I beat my Goodreads goal by quite a bit already. My goal is 55. I'm at 83 and I would love to hit 100 books in a year for the first time in my life. So 17 more books in a month, or in 2 months and a little bit. Currently Monday, October 27th, so it gives me just over 2 months to read 17 books. And if I read these 7 books in 7 days, that would put me way ahead and make it a lot more likely, because I don't know, some months I read a lot and some months I don't. So expecting myself to read 8-9 books each month is a little bit too much pressure. Even though it might happen naturally. That's the thing. When it happens naturally, easy peasy, but when I'm forcing myself to do it. Plus, the rest of the year was really busy for work and school. This week I got most of like the time consuming and time, like this morning I did a mock counseling session, which is, if you don't know, I'm in school to be a counselor, and that was my major assignment for this week. I have other stuff to do, but that was the thing that I had to get done. So now I feel like I have a little bit more time to read. I may also later today start a physical book so I can get the physical book done in a week. That one will just not be read as fast. So I will let you know what I end up picking for my read. I don't know that either of them will be actually able to finish. I probably could finish Kill Your Darlings. Oh my goodness, right as I popped on back on my library, it gave me The Chain by Adrienne McKinty as a skip the line hold. So that was really good timing. I could finish could finish Kill Your Darlings in my work shift today. So that might be a good way to start. I'm actually excited about this, and I'm excited about reading in this moment, so that's a really good sign for me because that has not been happening. Okay, remember how I said I could probably read all of Kill Your Darlings at work? I did not. I read 27% of it, so I'm a quarter of the way through. I forgot I worked with one of my favorite coworkers and we yapped a lot, so I was pausing my thing. And then also, I don't know why, but just in my habit, I turned on a true crime podcast for the first, I don't know, 30 to 40 minutes of my shift, so that didn't help either. But I think this audiobook actually shouldn't be that much longer, so I think I can finish it tonight anyway. So I have 6 hours and 18 minutes left. Still 2 hours and 17 minutes, which is a good chunk of time, but I think I can do it. I am gonna try and film 2 videos as well, so I'll take time out of my reading time, but oh well, I need to film those. But so far I'm enjoying it. I think I did zone out a couple times, so I wasn't sure where we were in the timeline. I think currently we're at 2018. So we hear from Wendy as she is kind of talking about how much she doesn't like her husband, and then maybe we kind of learn a bit more about previous attempts of murdering him, and then also what seems to be the final and actually going through with murdering him. In the first little bit of this book, we get some like hints of some stuff from their past of maybe not being the best people ever as well. So we're kind of trying to figure out what happened in the past through them together, but also just Wendy maybe trying to kill her husband. So that's all that's really happening so far. It's decent so far, not anything crazy, but not anything bad. So I'm gonna go film my TBR, and actually it's gonna be 2 different TBRs, my November TBR and my 10 before the end TBR. So I'm gonna go fix up my makeup because half of it came off my face at work, and then I'll get to filming. And then once I'm making dinner and stuff, I will just listen to the audiobook. Hopefully I'll finish it tonight. If not, I'll finish it really early tomorrow. I work for a little bit longer tomorrow, I would also maybe like to do some reading, physical reading, prioritizing regretting you, I think. It's Tuesday now. We have been unsuccessful, so it's Tuesday morning. I'm about to go to work. I did not listen to another minute of my book yesterday. Filming ended up taking a really long time, and then I ended up prioritizing something I have to do for school because I'm like, I'll just get it done. I did a bunch last night, I did some this morning, and I'll finish it quickly after work today, and then I don't have to think about it for the rest of the week. I wanted to just get that done, but that ended up taking away from my reading time, so I have not finished a book yet. We're already behind. However, I will finish Kill Your Darlings today, easy peasy, and then I'm gonna pick up The Chain next because, as I mentioned yesterday, I got this as a skip the line hold, and with this one specifically, it's shorter than The Love Hypothesis, so that's why I wanted to do this one, because I should be very close to finishing it within my work day. I can't remember the exact minutes I told you I have left of Kill Your Darlings. I think that one I had 2 hours and 11 minutes or something, and then this was, no, I forgot. This one is 3 hours and 41 minutes, so it's a little bit shorter than The Love Hypothesis. So it'll be over the amount of time I can read at work total, but it should be really close that I should be able to finish listening to both today. You just dropped off your child at the bus stop. A panicked stranger calls your phone. Your child has been kidnapped. The stranger then explains that their child has also been kidnapped by a completely different stranger. The only way to get your child back is to kidnap another child. You are now part of the chain. This is was a super popular mystery when I was getting back into reading. I just checked and it came out in 2019. So 6 years ago. I didn't get it in 2019. I probably got it in 2020 or 2021. So I'm looking forward to it because people really loved it. I'm not sure that I'm really interested in any other Adrian McKinty's books. I haven't really heard all that much about them. I know there was one called The Island that came out a few years ago, but I feel like I just don't hear anything about them. This one was the one. So finally getting to this, I will start it after Kill Your Darlings, and then we'll switch it up and get into a romance, I think, next. But thrillers are usually just way quicker audiobooks, and I usually focus on them way more. Yesterday was a bit of a fluke, so today should go better. My coworkers that I'm working with today are a little less chatty, so given the time that I spend pausing and whatever, because I have to talk to other people, not just my coworkers, I may have an hour left on the audiobook, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go to work and listen, and I will talk to you guys after and let you know what my thoughts were. I'm excited for both of them, even though I haven't been obsessed with Kill Your Darling so far. It's been good, so I'm interested. I know Steph said the very last chapter is the best part of Kill Your Darlings, which maybe isn't great. They have to wait that long for it to be amazing, but it's nice that I have something to look forward to. So let's go. I'm coming back to you as a liar once again. So only half. I finished Kill Your Darlings today, but it took me a lot longer than I expected because my regional manager ended up coming in to work today, and I had to be with him for a lot of the day and couldn't really listen to anything, so I didn't finish it until after work. So I did finish one book so far. I gave it 3 stars. The ending was good. It wasn't the best ending or biggest twist ever, but it was a pretty slow book, and I feel the same way that a lot of Goodreads reviews did, which is the idea of it being told in reverse is a really good idea in theory. It's interesting. However, there was a couple times where I was confused because I kept forgetting that we were talking in reverse, and I was like, oh, I thought this already happened, blah blah blah. But sometimes it was the opposite. There were really good reveals because the current hinted at something and then the past brought it up finally. But then as the book went on, the chapters kind of started getting repetitive. We also saw some things from like both point of view, so then it did kind of get repetitive. The reverse telling of the story was both positive and negative for it, in my opinion. Wasn't the most groundbreaking thing. Was just kind of like a domestic mystery, so if you don't like those, don't pick this one up, because that's what it is through and through. But 3 stars. I'm glad I read it because I was interested in it and it was fine enough. I'm glad I didn't buy it because I would just unhaul it, but it was good enough that I don't regret reading it. Like an hour ago, or just over an hour ago, I started listening to The Love Hypothesis. I know I said I was gonna do The Chain, but I was kind of not wanting anything dark. I needed something a little bit lighter. So I did pick up The Love Hypothesis. I am at 25% in. I'm on page 95 and I'm enjoying it so far. I will say, and I did know this going into it, I kind of forgot about it until it was first mentioned. I know people say that Ali Hazelwood talks about like a ton about how he's so huge and she's just so itty bitty little lady, especially compared to him because he's so big. I knew people had a problem with that, but this is my first Ali Hazelwood, so this is my first experience with it. And oh my gosh, in the first 15% even, there was like many mentions of it, and they haven't even really done anything yet. Like they just had their first kiss, like this kiss, and that's it. So I'm like, why are you talking about how huge he is and how small he makes you feel all the time? So yeah, I think they've been fake dating for like a week or two already. Yeah, I'm enjoying it other than the size stuff. Like that's unneeded, but it's good. The audiobook is good. And I forgot, I assume it's a movie that's coming out. I forgot that that's coming out, or that's being made, or was just made, I don't know. So at least I'll have this read for when that comes out. So I'm obviously behind. I'm gonna try and get some more of this in before I go to bed. I have stuff going on that all of a sudden my week is gonna be even more chaotic. So why am I doing this challenge? I don't know, but we'll continue these because I have the skip the line holds for each of these. This with my calculator thing, audiobook calculator, says I have not an hour, 3 hours and 14 minutes left, and then I already forgot what this was, 3:40 or something. Knock on wood, because I keep jinxing it, I think, but hopefully I'll get some, maybe like an hour more of this done today, maybe, and then we'll get more on track tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I'm failing already, but that's okay. Hey, hello. It is the next morning. I have been up for 2.5 hours now. The first half an hour that I was awake, I was really trying to fight it, so I was trying to fall back asleep. But I did some cleaning, and actually I think that's all I've done this morning is cleaning. So I was listening to The Love Hypothesis. I am now on chapter 17, which is page 276. We just had our first spicy scene, or yeah, I couldn't remember if it just finished. I have an hour and 9 minutes left at my speed, so I should finish up pretty quickly at work. I'm not gonna listen to any more before I go to work. I have some other stuff to do. As stated last night, I'm gonna listen to The Chain next, and it's 3 hours and 41 minutes. So I don't know if I'll get it finished during my work shift. It's really pushing it with the total, and I do have to pause the audiobooks at some point, so it's pushing it, but I'm hoping we get really close to it so then I can quickly finish it when I get home or whatever. But anyway, I'll give you a few more thoughts before I finish this one. I will say I am enjoying it more than I thought I would. I think I mentioned here, I'm not enjoying just like contemporary romance as much as I used to. Some of them I just have found so boring and so repetitive in recent years. I'm saying that as someone that loves tropes, so it's not like, I understand that tropes are a thing and whatever, and I love tropes. I just was getting bored with them without like another subplot, like a mystery, or it being dark romance, so it has that, or like a sports romance. Like, just an everyday person romance was not really my thing. But I am enjoying this, and it's not gonna be a favorite, but I am gonna probably rate it a 4, depending on the ending. As I mentioned at the beginning, there was a lot of like, oh, he's so big, I'm so tiny, whatever. That slowed down and like kind of wasn't mentioned for a while, until this last scene. It was mentioned a few times. I kind of forgot about that stuff for a little bit, which was nice. So I'm enjoying it. I am not picturing him as Adam Driver, and I think that's helping. No offense. I really hope I like this one. I have never seen a spoiler for it somehow, which is really good. Knock on wood. But I've never seen a spoiler in the 6 years that it's been out, so hopefully I don't in the next little bit before I finish it. So I'm getting back on track, and hopefully today I got lots of reading done at work, so I don't have to do as much at home because I have other stuff to do here. So I'm gonna go to work and I'll give you an update afterwards. So I did end up finishing the Love Hypothesis at work. I don't really have much to say because I feel like I said all of my thoughts, other than I enjoyed it. And I gave it 4 stars. I don't know if I'm gonna continue on in this series. I don't remember what the other tropes or like characters are. Maybe eventually. It's not top of my priority list, but I did enjoy it. I know people like enjoy them less and less, I think, as this STEM series continues, and especially those like short stories. So I gave it 4 stars, and then I did read most of the chain. I got to 76%. I have 52 minutes left in the audiobook, so hopefully I'll finish that tonight. If not, very quickly and easily tomorrow at work. I don't know what I'm going to listen to next. I have Stalking Jack the Ripper as like a 21-day hold. Well, it's probably at 20 now. And then just as I was checking my progress on this one, I got a skip the line hold for, I think it's Savage Bonds. It's the second book in the Bonds That Tie series. So I gotta skip the line. So I gotta hurry with that, but I might wait. I don't know if that's what I want to read. I feel like I have lots of options. So far with the chain, Part 2 I haven't liked as much. Part 1 was really good, super interesting. Part 2 is a little slow, a little confusing in parts, because all of a sudden I feel like there's more characters that I don't know who they were, and they're just saying names like I should know them, you know? I feel like it would have been like a really groundbreaking thriller at the time. I haven't actually read anything like it. So I shouldn't say it's not groundbreaking, but like, it's not rocking my world, I guess. But I want to go and rot. So, except I need to do school, so I'm not really gonna rot, but at least go sit in my bed. So I will talk to you later. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. I did not finish the chain last night, so I'm gonna be finishing it at work. I'm just about to go in, so it has to be a quick update. I still have the same amount of time left, 50 something minutes. And then I think I got my hold for Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. So I think I'm going to read that too. It's either that or Stalking Jack the Ripper, but I'm feeling drawn more to Just Another Missing Person. So we'll see. They're pretty similar amount of listening time, maybe 20 minutes difference. So I'm hoping to catch up because I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to do on the weekend. It is the end of Thursday, or end of the workday on Thursday. I ended up doing exactly what I thought. I listened to finish the chain. I gave it 3 stars. First part was good, second part didn't really enjoy, and it kept kind of getting boring. And then I listened to Just Another Missing Person. I still have an hour and 13 minutes, so kind of like the same that I've done the last few days. A girl goes missing, they see her on CCTV, and she kind of goes missing from this alley, dead end kind of thing, and they're trying to find her, and then we're following the one police officer as she is kind of forced to do something out of her, like, against her ethics, I guess. I feel like, I don't know if I just don't understand what's happening or if I haven't been paying attention, but I feel like this last hour of listening I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not loving it, but I can't tell if it's me or the book, you know? So hopefully I'll finish that today, or tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, actually, so I'll let you know when I decide that. So I read a little bit of Just Another Missing Person this morning. I think I have like 43 minutes of it left at my speed. My coworkers that I'm working with again today are very yappy, which not a bad thing, but I'm not gonna get much reading done, so I tried to find something that was really short. It was hard to find something, but then eventually I could just get the audiobook right away. But I did find Every Value Break by Peter Swanson, so I'm gonna read that. It's only 2.5 hours, so even if I don't get a ton of it done today, it won't put me back a bunch. So it's about a girl who had a one-night stand during her bachelorette, and then after her marriage, or leading up after that, and then after her wedding and at her honeymoon, this guy all of a sudden shows up and is kind of stalking her. She doesn't want to tell her husband, obviously, because she cheated. Yeah, so she's not wanting to tell him and trying to get this guy to go away before he finds out and before he's a stalker. And then they're at this resort, and I think people are kind of acting weird, including her new husband. So yeah, I don't really know what's happening with that. Something with another girl. She sees this, like, a woman acting all weird, and then no one seems to think it's a big deal or something like that. So I'll be listening to that. The last Peter Swanson I listened to, 9 Lives, I didn't love, so hopefully this one's better, but I don't think people really liked this one. But if it's a quick, easy read, then at least there's that. So that's the goal for today. I am nervous about this weekend. I don't know how much I'm gonna read. I'm scared I'm not gonna read it that much and be really behind and not be able to finish this challenge. But if I have to do it on Monday, so would Monday be 7 days or 8 days? Oh, I was thinking this whole time that I would have Monday to do this challenge, but I think my last day is technically Sunday. That would be 7 books. Okay, well, I need to get my button gear. The problem is I don't have any like graphic novels, manga, or anything like that, and I don't even have really any like novellas to read, so not great. As I expected, I didn't get that much reading done today. I finished Just Another Missing Person. I didn't like it. Like, I found it incredibly boring, and I don't think I even know what happened for half of it. I might have to read a explanation to either decide if I did know what was happening and I did pay attention, just not like it, or if I didn't pay attention, that's why I didn't like it. But it was just like not for me. It's probably like a 2.5, but I think I gave it 3 on Goodreads. I have an hour and 22 minutes of Every Value Break left. I ended up having a lot of extra work today, and then my coworker was helping me with it, so we were talking, so I really didn't get to listen for that long, but an hour and 22 minutes isn't awful. We are at 4 books in 5 days so far, and day 5 isn't over, so I'm not too mad. So far, Every Value Break feels very simple, but I'm kind of wondering if I have some ideas of where it's gonna go. But like I said, a girl had a one-night stand with a guy on her bachelorette party, or at her bachelorette party, and then he keeps popping up in her life, and now specifically on their honeymoon he is there and inserting himself in her life, and just now her husband's life too. And then she met a girl who has had some hard times on this island, and this island's a little weird to begin with. So I have a theory of it being like, I won't say what it is, but like a different movie. I have a theory that it's similar to that, so we'll see. But hopefully I'll finish that today or later. It's not groundbreaking, probably 3 stars right now, but it will highly depend on the rest of it. I'm enjoying it more than just another missing person, but it's, yeah, not groundbreaking, depending on the twist and the rest of it and all that. That'll change it from a 3 to a 4. I don't think it'll go any lower unless it's like the worst twist ever. So anyway, it's Halloween, so I'm gonna watch some Halloween movies, probably Halloween Town, and I'm not doing anything crazy, just have a cozy night in. I still haven't finished Every Value Break. I'm really close. It says I have 47 minutes on like normal time, but it's like 17 minutes on audio, so it should be, I'm really close. I was just running errands and so I just finished. But I found, it took a lot of looking, but I found a graphic novel that I want to read, one, and was available in my library. Those were my 2 criteria. Obviously the second one makes sense. The first one is I don't want to just read stuff to like get this challenge done. I want to do it. So I'm gonna read Sheets. I don't really remember what this is about. It's like a ghost in the laundromat or something. I think it's like a young adult graphic novel. I know lots of people were reading it over the last like 3-4 years. I will be reading that as my book today, so then I'm not very behind, and then hopefully I'll finish Every Value Break. I'm actually enjoying it more than I thought I would, this ending part, so hopefully the very end is good. Hopefully finish both of those today. If I think I should be able to. I'm not even gonna say if not. And then we'll just have one more book tomorrow, which I don't know what I'm gonna read yet, but we will see. It's the next day. I think I'm in the same spot. I finished Sheets. I'm gonna tell you more about it when I get home, but I just wanted to tell you because it's the last day. It's 5 p.m. and I need to read a whole book. So I am starting the audiobook for Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I don't really remember what this one's about. It's a young adult series. It's like historical fiction, and she's really interested in Jack the Ripper, but as it's happening. But girls at this time are not supposed to be like into that stuff, or maybe not like a mortician, but something like that is what she wants to be, but she's not supposed to want to at this time in history, you know? So I'm going to hopefully like this audiobook. I think it's 3 hours and 26 minutes, so not awful, but I need to get to listening, so let's get into it. It is a few hours later. So messed up because it was time change, whatever. What's that called? I feel like my brain is not working. So when I told you it was like 5 o'clock earlier, it was actually 4. But I did some listening of this. I'm only a third of the way through, so I still need to do a good amount of reading. 111, and it's 318 pages, so yeah. I'm like a third of the way through. I had to slow the audiobook down because I was driving and I just can't pay attention as well, obviously. Sorry, my light died, so we have a different angle for some decent lighting. I'm enjoying this so far, but I definitely think the audiobook is the way for this one. For me, I may do like immersion reading and listen to it and read along, but 17-year-old Audrey Rose was born a lord's daughter with a life of wealth and privilege stretched out before her. But between the social teas and the silk dress fittings, she leads a forbidden secret life. Against her stern father's wishes and society's expectations, Audrey often slips away to her uncle's laboratory to study the gruesome practice of forensic medicine. When her work on a string of savagely killed corpses I don't know, drags Audrey into the investigation of a serial murder. Her search for answers brings her close to her own sheltered world. And then there's like a romance subplot, I believe, in this that is making its way. So I am enjoying it, and I'm even enjoying the historical elements of it. Like I mentioned before, I'm not like a huge fan of historical books, but I don't know if I just made that up, because recently I've liked one and I'm liking this one, so maybe I don't know where I got that from. But I also wanted to talk to you because I've told you I'd talk to you about Sheets, but this is the description because I feel like it's better than what I could say. Marjorie Glatt feels like a ghost, a practical 13-year-old girl in charge of the family laundry business. Her daily routine features unforgiving customers, unbearable PE classes, and this guy who is committed to destroying everything she's worked for. Wendell is a ghost, a boy who lost his life much too young. His daily routine features ineffective death therapy, a sheet-dependent identity, and a dangerous need to seek purpose in the forbidden human world. When their worlds collide, Marjorie is confronted by unexplainable disasters as Wendell transforms Glatt's laundry into his midnight playground, appearing as a mere sheet during the day while Wendell attempts to create a new afterlife for himself. He unknowingly sabotages the life that Marjorie is struggling to maintain. I just remember seeing so many good reviews for this, and it is like a YA book, I believe. Middle grade, YA, kind of that in between. And it deals with a lot of grief because Marjorie's mom passed away, but then of course with Wendell being a young child that passed away. And I liked those little inklings of that we got, but yeah, I remember it getting so many good reviews, and then I was just looking at all of my friends on Goodreads that have read it, and like the ones that read it years ago, most people gave it 4 or 5 stars. But then I have a few people that it was like 2, 3. So I'm leaning more that. I put it at 2. It just wasn't for me. I don't know. I just didn't think, I think it could have went a little bit deeper. I also thought the relationship between them started a little bit earlier, so that'd be something, I don't know if I'm going to continue on in the series, but that'd be something I'd be interested in, because Wendell and Marjorie have a friendship as it really just like at the end of it, so I'd be interested for that, but I don't know if I'm going to continue on the series. Maybe if I need some short reads for another challenge like this, I don't know, but it was okay. 2 stars, not great, don't know, but I need to get back to reading this so I can finish it tonight so I can be successful at 7 books in 7 days. I probably won't talk to you tonight again because you can tell I'm like really tired and just feel like brain mush, but I will talk about my thoughts with this tomorrow, and then there's my pile of books that I read in this challenge, so I'll give you a little roundup of the whole thing. But I think it's been pretty successful. I've done it. I read 7 books in 7 days, and I am feeling like, I don't want to say it, I want to jinx it, but I am feeling like I am maybe not out of my slump, but like just about to be out of my slump. That's a really good feeling. So let's talk about everything I read in this, including my final thoughts on Stalking Jack the Ripper. So let's start from the beginning. I read Kill Your Darlings by Peter Swanson. I ended up giving this one 3 stars, and I think my biggest takeaway from it was that the writing and how it was written in reverse was both its positive and its downfall. I enjoyed this one enough, and I'm glad I read it, but I'm not gonna be a new favorite or anything like that. And I read The Love Hypothesis, and I enjoyed this one so much more than I thought I would. I don't know, I think I let all the good reviews scare me, but also all the bad reviews scare me, and made me put this off for so long. But I ended up really enjoying it. I think I gave it 4 stars. Sorry, my iPad's here to show me my ratings. So that's really good. As I mentioned, I've really struggled with just like contemporary romances. So that's also part of the reason that I put this off. But it was really good, super cute. Cringed at the she's so small and he's so big parts, but I could get through that. I can't decide if I'm going to continue on in this series. I still haven't looked at what the other ones are about. I'll decide based on like the tropes and what the story is going to be about, but I'm not saying no because I enjoyed this one. Then I read The Chain by Adrian McKinty, and this was again another middle of the road 3-star. I really enjoyed the first part and when the chain was actually happening, and we're following the chain in real time, I guess you could say. But the second part was just boring and not for me, and some of the things that happened in it are the things that I don't really like in mystery or thrillers. Middle of the road, but I'm glad I finally read it because the first part was so good and I can understand why people enjoyed it so much when it first came out and for years following, to be honest. Then I read Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. Again, middle of the road. It was, I don't know, it just did not capture my attention, and I don't think this one got as good of ratings as Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Wrong Place, Wrong Time was her big book. Right now it has 449,000 ratings and a 3.97, which is a pretty good overall rating. This one is the one that came out the year after, and it has 94,000 ratings and a 3.63, which I have to agree. I did read her other book, Famous Last Words, which is her newest release, which has a slightly higher rating, and I did enjoy that one more than this one. From my memory, still didn't love it, and I also didn't love Wrong Place, Wrong Time like lots of people did. I gave it a 4-star, but both this and Famous Last Words I gave 3 stars. So she's got some good ideas, just maybe some of the execution is not the best. So I'll probably read from her in the future. I just don't know if I'll be buying the physical book. Might as well just listen to the audiobook like I did, because I did not pick this up at all throughout reading it. I think I went like this through it to find my place in there once or twice, and I noticed that the font is really big, but I didn't actually physically read it. And both Famous Last Words and Wrong Place, Wrong Time, I just listened to the audiobook, so I might as well just continue to do that. Every Value Break by Peter Swanson. I really thought I wasn't going to enjoy this one. Peter Swanson is a hit or miss author for me. I do really enjoy a lot of his books. I don't know how many I've read from him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just realized I read 2 Peter Swansons in this. I don't know why it was not clocking to me that I read 2 Peter Swansons. I think I've read 7 of his books now. So I have a pretty good understanding of what I'm gonna like from him. I will continue to read his books, I think, but same as Gillian McAllister, I think I'm gonna just do audiobooks. Most of them I end up reading that way anyway, and I enjoy them more that way anyway, so. But I knew this one didn't have the greatest reviews, or I thought at least, but it has it has a 3.53 on there, which kind of checks out. I put it as 4 as my star rating, but in my review I put a 3.5 because I can definitely see the problems with this and why people would be bored with this. And yeah, it's like predictable, but to me, I didn't feel like it needed to not be predictable in what this story was, I guess. So I enjoyed this way more than I thought I was going to. I thought that this would be like an easy unhaul once I finished it, but I think I'm gonna keep it actually for a while, for now. So I enjoyed this one, and then I read Sheets, which I just talked to you guys in the last clip about. I think it was okay. I really wanted to really enjoy it, but I don't think it's for me. I just don't think I'm the target audience, and not even age-wise or anything. I just don't think what it was doing was for me, so that's okay. It was cute enough. I just wanted it. I think I just didn't understand what it was going to be about before I read it. I just think I had a different idea of what it was about. So I gave it 2 stars, which is my lowest rating for this video, but that's fine. And then finally, Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This is another one I was surprised about. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to, and I think I'm gonna continue on in the series. I think people like the series less and less as it goes on, which often tends to happen. But I did like our main character for the most part, and I like her love interest who's also in the next book. Their banter was really cute, and I liked the historical elements. Again, this is going to be one where the audiobook is best for me, at least. It kept my interest a lot more, so I'll continue on in the series through audiobook only, which is fine. Saves me money. Even though at one point I wasn't making the conscious effort to guess who Jack the Ripper was, because we have a Jack the Ripper, like we have a reveal of who it is. Obviously it's not the real one, but and then once I started thinking about it, I guessed it, but I don't know, I just wasn't thinking about it, so I kind of allowed myself to just enjoy it, which was nice. And I don't know, I thought it was the cuteness of, while you get mad about the historical setting and how women are treated in this, then you have like the cuteness of the courting and how she's treated by her love interest, which I really like. So it's kind of give and take with that. But sorry, my feet were hurting sitting up, so I had to put the angle a little further down. But honestly, I'm really glad I did this, because I got 5 books off of my physical TBR, all of which have been on my physical TBR for years, which is so good. And then I think it's very successful. I'm basically continuing this challenge because I have 3 skip the line loans that are coming up really soon. So I have 2 in the Bonds That Tie series. The 2nd and 3rd book I have to read today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, really, or else I have to wait several months to continue based on the wait time from the library. So we'll be continuing on, but this challenge has helped me get back into the swing of that, so I'm really happy about that. And I am thinking we'll have a very successful rest of the reading year. This got me to 90 books, so I only have 10 more till I hit 100, which I've never read 100 books in a year before, so I really want to do that. So thank you so much for watching. I'll definitely do one of these challenges in the future, not until the new year, but in the new year might be a good way to start off my Goodreads challenge for the year. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both of those mean the absolute world to me. And comment down below if you've read any of the books that I read in this video and what you thought of them. If you made it to the end of the video, you could put the number 7 emoji in the comments if you have nothing else to say. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!